Hi everybody, my name is Tom Solid and I'm very excited to show you this today. You know, usually my channel is all about going paperless and note-taking apps and so on. But you also need to have some fun. Well, it's for me. You need to shut down your brain at some point to recover and, you know, just to think about something else. You can read a book, you can, you know, make workout and so on, but at some point it's gaming. And therefore, the Apple Pencil is my best companion if it comes to iOS gaming. So you can do this on your iPad Pro and the new iPad 2018. And many games I will show you, you can of course play with your fingers as well. However, I think these games I will show you now are best to play with the Apple Pencil. So without further ado, just let's dive into my favorite games for the Apple Pencil. So the very first game I want to show you is called Mini Metro. So let's open this, and it's a very simplistic game, but also very complex. So what I mean by that, if you don't know the game already, I will show you, and I think it's perfect to play with an Apple Pencil. So let's go into it. Let's just so you can choose different cities where you can build up your train stations. And well, it sounds pretty boring, but it's very interesting. It's the perfect game to play on a train actually. So what you see here are different train stations, as you can see here on the different shapes. And on these train stations, passengers turn up, like here, the square and the triangle. So the squares want to get to the square station, so we have to connect it. So it's already hurrying me that I should do this, and let's just connect them. So you see we built a bridge here, or a tunnel, which you can see we have two trains available and two tunnels to build this. Okay, so now it's connecting here. You see it's building up the triangle passengers, and we have to bring it to triangles, so it doesn't matter to which one. So let's connect here, and we got a new train station connected to this one. It will just go to the well, from one point to the other. So you can also extend the train stations, and then it will go there. And you see where this is going. It becomes really stressful if you extend this. As you can see, new train stations come up. Okay, so we can connect this, and I can promise you, as soon you have plenty of train stations going on, it becomes very busy in here, and it's always zooming out, so it's getting more complex and complex. So you can also take a train and say, okay, if there are too many passengers, we can just connect it here. Well, yeah, let's jump to a later point in the game. So now you can see there are even more shapes coming up, which makes it even more complex. So we have a star train here now, and soon there will appear passengers that want to go to the star, and you see already we are getting very busy here, and the game will end once you will fail to transfer all the passengers. So they will build up, like here, that's a very busy train station here, so maybe we can just force that it's failing. Let's see, yeah, deleted this, and now only this little train is going on here. So now you see there's so much passengers are going on, and it's not transported anymore. The timer is running there, and once this timer reaches the full cycle, it will stop and you failed. So you see, once the passengers are picked up, it will just reset the timer, and now you see later in the game it becomes so busy and complex that it becomes really challenging to keep up, and there you go, now we failed. Game over. And the whole thing about the game is just to get a high score. There are daily challenges and so on. It's a really nice game. So I hope you really like the game. Minimetro is a really nice one. It is something nice because you have to think complex, and you're training your brain as well to make new strategies and so on. And it's also really fun to play with the Apple Pencil, especially because you have to click onto train stations, and it's just nicer to click with the Apple Pencil, I think. However, let's get to the next game. Now let's go for Don't Starve. Maybe some of you know this from the PC version. It's also available on iOS. So I think it's also perfect to play with the Apple Pencil. So don't worry, it is in English now. I just want to jump into it very quickly. It's of course available in English. So it's loading now. And it is done very well for the finger. So you can play it of course with the finger. But if you're an iPad Pro user or now the new iPad 2018 user and you're using the Apple Pencil, I don't know what about you, but I think it's so much more fun using the stylus for all this stuff compared to using the fingers. I'm using the stylus all the time, and that's the reason why I'm showing you this game as well. It's just perfect, and in general all these point and click adventures out there, I think they are just great using the Apple Pencil. So even if there are buttons here where you just can use to pick things up and so on, you don't need it. You can just use your Apple Pencil to play this game. So if you don't know the game is really nice. It's a survival game, so you're just collecting things collecting things to build other things, like an axe to cut these trees and or cut the stones, get out of the stones. So you can build up things. Now you see it became green here, so we can build a torch. And you will starve. Well, it says don't starve, so you have to collect things to eat. So you can just eat it, so you can just drag and drop it to him. And yeah, maybe it looks boring to you if you don't know this already. But it's really fun, and the further you get into this game, the more complex things you can build. And there's so much to discover in this game. I never ended up playing the same game again. Every time you restart, once you starved, or if you starve, there will something new come up. The world is generated completely new. You see, for example, this rabbit hole here, and there are the rabbits, and it's very hard to, well, it is not possible to get these rabbits. But you can build traps to get this rabbit, so you collect some carrots and you build a trap, and then you get this rabbit and so on. And yeah, so you build up, you can build your house then, and you can build a bed, and then you get more comfortable, you can travel faster with new stuff. You get the roads here, for example, you can travel faster, and I can just tell you, it is really a fun game, especially with the Apple Pencil. So I think Don't Starve is one of these click and point and click adventures. Much is going on, so it's real time and so on, and I think it's just perfect for the Apple Pencil as well, because yeah, it just feels nice to click on the screen or to tap on the screen with the pencil. And well, I know many of you say, well, especially Don't Starve is something for finger tapping and so on. Yeah, okay, play it with the finger. It's just my personal opinion that I play this rather with my Apple Pencil, because I'm fall in love with the Apple Pencil anyway. I'm doing everything with the Apple Pencil, even writing emails and so on. So I try to put away my Apple Pencil as less as possible. So I need workflows where I use it all the time, and also is it for gaming. Okay, if you don't know this game, it's called Black or Bleak or however you want to pronounce it. And this, I think, it's just a perfect game for the Apple Pencil. You can do it with the finger, of course, but you're just drawing lines, and as soon you leave the Apple Pencil away or your finger, it will keep moving on whatever you drawn. So the aim is just to collect all things with the things you draw. And I think that's a really nice game. So you see it's very simple in the beginning, and it will become harder later on, as there will be obstacles you have to avoid and so on. So that's a really also intelligent game. Let's see. No? Okay, so you see the black hole, it just disappears in the black hole. So you have to avoid the black hole in here. So you see, Bleak is a very interesting game, and it's also training your brain. And the thing is, it's a mixture of drawing, and that's what I think makes it perfect for the Apple Pencil again, because it's very natural to draw it with your pen rather with your finger, you know, to get this line moving. So let's move on to the next game. Another one I want to show you is FTL. So it's a really nice one. So it looks more complex than it is actually. So you just here get a starship, you can choose one, and over the time you will unlock other ships you can start with. So we just get started. It's RPG like click point. Well, it's more a strategic game. So you have crew, which is built of 3 members at the beginning for this ship. For any other ship you get different crew members, and if you position the crew member on the, for example, the weapons or for the engine and so on, you have different advantages. So you also got energy, so you load up your weapons with the energy and you see they're charging. You get shields, engine, and you get a Medi station. Now let's just do this. So we charge our rocket and we aim for the weapon system, and let's do this, and you see it's charging now, and as soon the weapons are charged we will attack this. The same is for this ship. You see it's getting red and it's shooting. So it missed, but we shot the ship, and you see the weapon system is down. He's not able to shoot anymore. So we just switch off the rocket, and we will just, if you double tap it, it will get yellow, and we can just attack the shields. And now they're asking us, they want to give us fuel and drone parts and scrap if we leave them alone, or we can reject their offer and just destroy it. So I really like this thing about this game, that you have to make decisions, and it's really crucial what decisions you make. For example, there are situations where you go for a quest, or you can decide to land on a planet, or you enter a different spaceship to help them and so on, and there's a chance that you lose your crew members for your decision, or you win a new crew member out of this, and you never know what comes up next. And that's really nice, but it's really difficult as well. So you saw there are also very complex games out there and very in-depth games, and I think Faster Than Light, FTL, is one of the best games ever ported to the iOS. This was released for PC, and I was so looking forward to get this on the iOS, because in the very beginning I already thought that would be so awesome to have this on the iOS as well. So I really was dreaming of getting it there. And once it was released on the iPad, I bought a new iPad actually just for this game, because this was only available on the newer iPads. Now I got the iPad Pro and I downloaded the FTL for this, and I'm playing it with the Apple Pencil. It's so much better because, as you saw, I mean, I got a big screen there with the 12.9 inch. It's awesome to play this game on this big screen, but anyway, there are so tiny things going on, like the crew members and so on. It's just better to click or to tap with your Apple Pencil on it, because you really see what is going on underneath. Did I missed it or not, and so on. Just find out for yourself. But I think FTL is one of the best games, for my opinion. Of course, you know, not everybody is into this type of games, so it's always a subjective opinion going on there. So now we get to something more relaxing, and this is called Hidden Folks. So let's go for the forest, for example. It's just the beginning, and in here you see now, I mean, I did this already, that's why you see all the ticks, but you see what you have to find. Okay, so for example, we need to find this snake. You can just take away like this leaves there, and zoom out again, and well, it is very simple to understand. You have to find all the stuff. Okay, so we found this guy here, he just appeared, and then let's see if we will find snake as well. It is, here's the snake, so we found the snake, and then we have to find this guy, and he's hiding here. Okay, so that looks very simple. However, later on you will get something like this. No, wait, that's not complex. Yeah, you get something like this. Okay, and it's even bigger than you think here, and you have to find all the stuff which is here, and this will take some time. And if you type of this human being who is patient enough to find all the stuff, I think this game is for you. You can just keep hours on searching for the stuff in here. Okay, so what about Hidden Folks? I think Hidden Folks is a really fun game. Yeah, it's relaxing. If you can relax, I'm not very patient, so this, you know, things have to go on, so I'm not really into, you know, looking forever to find things. But I know many people love this kind of games, and I think it's perfect with the Apple Pencil again. Just, you know, as you see, there's so much going on, and these tiny things, it's just perfect to tap on the Hidden Folks. Okay, these are just a few games I showed you and I really liked, but there are so many games I also would like to show you. So please let me know in the comments below if you like this format going on here, that I show you some games as well, because this is a channel all about going note-taking and so on. But I think this also fits into this channel, because I know many of you out there love the capabilities of gaming on the iOS devices. And also let me know if you want to know the perfect games for the iPhone, for example, so I can tell you something about this as well. Of course, I will stay focused on note-taking apps, but we need to have some fun as well on this channel. Okay, then that's all I want to say, and I hope you liked it, and then I see you next time.